Hi guys, this is your boy Alano be the billionaire, the biggest brand in Africa as always. And today I'm with my friend Eugene. And I'm so impressed, man, seeing this guy after 4 months or 5 months. And the reason why we are meeting today is because there's something that we want to talk about. And this thing is very educative. And the reason why it's very educative is because we are all young guys and we are pursuing some goals in a different way. But the goal is to make more money, educate more people, and also inspire more people. So I will first introduce him partly, then I leave him to introduce the whole thing because he calls himself the CFA, if I'm not wrong. Please, Eugene, can you do the introduction and let's learn more?
Hello people, my name is Eugene. I'm a financial analyst in Nairobi and also a farmer. As you can see, we are doing a project of horticulture here. We are doing onion farming. So welcome to our new office. Welcome to our new office.
Okay, now Eugene, I know we had a discussion, I think a few months ago. The beginning of the year, there's a project. This is the same project you did in the beginning of the year, and you did onions, and in your other farm, and eventually you invested a lot of money in it. But the results that you got were so disappointing until you decided to come here to do it by yourself. So can you please explain for us? Because I remember you told me you invested around 150,000 if I'm not wrong, but the returns was you got like 20 or how many?
We got like 7 bugs. We were doing a pilot project in almost half an acre, right, in a different farm, in a different village.
Yeah.
So because it was our first time, we didn't know the details, we didn't know the technicalities and all the challenges that people face. So we were less prepared, and the amount of input that this work requires is a lot.
Okay.
And we had not contemplated the input well.
Okay.
So we managed from half an acre projectively, we were supposed to make at least 5 tons. If you talk to an average farmer, they will tell you if you do half an acre,
Yeah.
you can be able to do 5 tons if you do a good job.
Okay.
I don't think we were able to get to 1 ton.
No, you know, if we do a ton is 1,000
1,000
kgs.
kgs.
So, did you even manage 100 kgs?
Yeah, we could have done maybe 500 or so.
Okay.
But that is way below the ideal and the optimal tonnage from that piece of land.
Okay.
So what that outcome means, it means that the process we did and the management aspect is where we went wrong. Right?
Okay.
So we didn't get discouraged.
Okay.
We didn't get discouraged because it was the first time, and we expected we were going to have some misstep, and we're also learning.
Okay.
So we decided to do a second round.
And how come? That time you did half an acre.
Yeah.
But now you have like 4 acres.
Yeah.
Because if you did a half an acre and you failed with it, what made you scale to 4 acres without even thinking? Because I remember when you did the half an acre, you never stepped in the farm until I'm the one who came, took some videos and sent it to you. So until you came, then I was like, can you go and check your onions? In fact, you never came until harvesting time, if I'm not
Yes,
wrong.
yes, yes, yes.
And when you harvested, then I was like, you were projecting to make around 1 million, if I'm not, I remember, 500,000.
Yeah,
Yeah, you were projecting 500,000. Eventually, you did not even go beyond 20,000, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, we did almost
7,000.
70.
But investing was 150.
We had invested almost 150,000.
So that's a loss of
So we made a loss of almost 80 to
80,000.
even 100,000,
Okay.
given the time frame.
Yeah.
So you asked why we jumped from half an acre to 4 acres.
Exactly.
I think the most important thing for me in the first phase
Yeah.
was the learning aspect,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
The biggest lesson I learned
Yeah.
was not even the technicalities,
Okay.
because I can't say you can master all the aspects, the technical aspects of this process.
Okay.
I learned the management side.
Yeah.
The management side is how to mobilize resources,
Okay.
how to do the planning,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
How to manage human resource,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
And looking for the right people, having the right people on the ground,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
If you have the right person on the ground, your work becomes much, much more easier. So at first we used somebody who was doing farming Mount Elgon.
Okay.
So he could only spare maybe a weekend to come and check our farm,
Okay.
right, and advise.
Okay.
But as you can see,
Yeah.
horticulture is extremely, extremely demanding,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
It requires a lot of effort and commitment.
Okay.
Almost daily, you're supposed to be coming on the farm to check what's going on,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So you rely on somebody who goes and comes back after 1 week or 2 weeks for some time. That actually made us make some big mistakes. That by the time we were realizing we were making mistakes, it was too late, right?
Yeah.
So, given that I went and audited the process we had done, and we were able to see where we went wrong, I said, I'm not going to waste more time doing a smaller thing.
Okay.
Because most of the knowledge, most of the lessons we've learned.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So if we are going to go forward, let us implement these lessons, but on a bigger scale.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So that now, this time, we did it with more preparation. And I have a team also. I have a team of advisors. And I also, my guys on the ground, I also brought in guys who are experienced.
Okay.
Not just in terms of doing the work itself, but knowing what type of foliar do we use, what type of pesticide do you use, when do we put foliar, when do we put pesticide, what is the right amount of fertilizer, how do you do the transplanting, when do you do the transplanting, when do you see the signs of disease, how do you treat disease, right?
Okay. Now, by the I can see there are people here applying fertilizer. I don't know which fertilizer you're applying here right now.
Yes.
But you had mentioned this for bulbing.
Yes, we're doing this for bulbing.
Okay.
This is NPK.
Okay.
So with the NPK, you realize we are targeting phosphorus.
Okay.
Phosphorus is good for fruiting.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's why, okay, it's a mixture. We've done a cocktail of both NPK and urea.
So urea is for growth and
yes. NPK is specifically to enhance the bulbing.
Okay.
Because of the phosphorus.
Okay.
So we are, because right now we can see there's a lot of rain.
Yeah.
So we thought it's the right time for us to do the top dressing.
Okay.
Because the onion is now heading towards the bulbing stage.
Okay.
Right? So if we put the NPK, now we are going to enhance
Okay.
the bulbing stage.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Now you accepted the last losses you made. That's like 8,000, which is not little money. You went ahead. Now I think, if given a projection of how much you have invested in this land,
Yes.
because you have the other land that people are doing the weeding,
Yes.
I think so, and you have this one. So from the stages of investing, how much do you think somebody? What's the budget here?
The budget here in
And
both
we are
farms.
going. Let's start from maybe seedlings. I
Yes.
don't think we need to mention the land preparation, because that depends.
It depends
with,
on
yeah.
the, on
If
the
somebody has
locality.
his own tractor, he can do it by himself. But
Yes.
if you do maybe seedlings, then we do the transplanting and also fertilizer prices, because fertilizer, they vary. If you're going to private sectors, they're too expensive, and if you're going for the government part,
Yeah.
it's a little bit regulated.
Yes.
Yeah.
So here we are projecting a budget of close to 800,000.
800,000.
Yes, we are projecting a budget by the time we are done.
You're money, man. God,
Right.
you have money.
We
You
are
have
projecting
money.
a budget of
800,000. Yeah.
up to the time we are harvesting and taking it to the market. So the reason why our budget went up is because we used hybrid seeds,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
So we went for, it's commonly called Jamba.
Okay.
It's sold by a company in Nairobi called East Africa Seeds. I think it's East Africa Seeds. Yeah, it's along Kijaberat.
Okay.
Hii barabara iko
Kijabe Street.
opposite Globe.
Oh, Globe. Apple.
You know that there are seed
Yeah.
companies.
Yeah, hizi zinaitwanga go down huku kwa go down.
Where we have so many Indians selling tiles and
Tiles
building
na hizo
materials,
nini.
right?
Yeah.
There is
Kikorok Road. Kuna hii ya huku chini.
Simlo. There is Simlo. There are seed companies there. So we found one called Jamba. A kg was going for 40,000, around 38,000.
38,000.
Yes. And from what we get, we were advised that is the best variety that we can put within this locality.
Okay.
Those ones, they produce the bigger buds, right? So there are different varieties. You can find, there's another one called Red Coat. Red Coat is very popular in Kajiado.
Okay.
That one goes for 42,000. It also does the bigger bulbs.
Okay.
Right? Then there is these other common varieties that are mostly planted by people in the mountain.
Okay.
Those ones, they go from between 10 to 20,000 a kg.
Okay.
Right? So estimately an acre can take 1 kg to 1.5, right? Depending on the germination rate.
Okay.
Because when you are putting in the seedbed, the germination rate is not always 100%.
100%, yeah.
Right?
They
So the company can tell you
Yeah.
they have 1 kg per acre, but because there will be some losses in the seedbed,
Yeah.
now you estimate maybe 1 to 1.5
Okay.
per acre.
Okay.
So for us, because we were doing 4 acres,
Yeah.
we went for 6 kgs.
So 6 kgs by 40, that's around 240,000. That's on seedlings alone.
Yes, on seedlings alone. So the germination rate, we were so lucky because our guys were experienced.
Yeah.
We did a lot of work at the seedbed stage,
Okay.
the nursery stage.
Okay.
We did a lot of work, and we were able to get almost 96%.
That's nice.
Above
That's
95% germination.
nice. Very good progress.
So
Compared to the first.
to the
you did-
first, we lost a lot.
You lost almost everything, yeah?
The first time,
Yeah.
we really lost a lot during the
Seedbed
seedbed stage.
Yeah. I
But
remember.
mostly it's because of mismanagement.
Yeah.
in terms of watering, because we were doing the seed bed during the January, and we did not have rain.
But you are not also there. You are not present.
Yeah, I
Because I
wasn't
remember
present.
you just prepared the seed bed, then
Then
you
I left.
Yeah.
Then I
So
left.
you never followed the process, and the people who are on ground, worst part is they don't have even smartphones. So you are not
Yes.
even monitoring the process of how your seedlings are doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the mistake we made is the people we left on the ground
Yeah.
were also not very experienced.
Okay.
We used novices and we left them in the farm.
Yeah.
So some of these mistakes,
Yeah.
they were rookie mistakes,
Yeah.
but we still encountered so much challenge that we were not able to know how to go about it.
Yeah.
So this time round,
Yeah.
we brought in a team
Yeah.
that has worked on onion plantations for long.
Okay.
So they have the knowledge.
Okay.
So during seed bed, we did a lot. We refined the soil,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
We used manure. We used organic material.
Okay.
Tulikuwa tunachoma magomba ya maragwe.
Walisema ya maragwe.
Tulikuwa nachoma magomba ya maragwe. Tulikuwa nachomea kwa hizo seed bed.
Niliambiwa hiyo magomba iko na nutrients fulani za kuua wadudu. Sijui ni kama makojo
ya rabbit.
Ya rabbit. Yeah. Iko na hiyo kind of feel. Yeah.
So it was both for nutrients and also to kill the toxin. Okay. Because we had removed our first crop, right? Remember? Yeah. So it was more likely the soil was infected. Yeah. Right? Yeah. So tulienda kwanza tukachomea hiyo magomba juu. Right? Then now the organic material now becomes very useful as a source of nutrients for the seedlings. Okay. So we were so fortunate. We had a lot of growth, right? A lot of germination. Yeah. We did when they're in the seed bed. Yeah. They are easily infected also. This is a very moody crop. Yeah. Onions and tomatoes is a very moody crop. Yeah. Today you can come in the farm and see a very healthy crop. Yeah. The following day when you come back, it is infected with blight. Okay. Right? Yeah. So that's why it requires your constant attention. Okay. Right? Yeah. And you remember there is a time you called me and when you're asking me what you should put in your farm, right? I told you, I'll advise that you do horticulture. Yeah. But with horticulture, the most important thing is working capital. Yeah, exactly. Right? Yeah. That is why. Because today you might come and you see a healthy crop. Yeah. The following day you come in is infected. Yeah. It requires pesticide, right? Yeah. It requires treatment. Yeah. It requires maybe foliar. Yeah. And maybe at that time you don't have money.
So meaning if I don't have money, I'm already wasted.
Yes. So if you delay to treat the crop within 1 or 2 days, you can imagine the loss. Massive. Right? Yeah. So it requires promptness, it requires speed, it requires attention at all times. Yeah. Right? Yeah. So at least this time on the management aspect, we've really tried to
get the
management
right
aspect well. Yeah. Right? Yeah. Not to perfection. Of course, as you can see, even within the field, there are areas where it needs attention, right? Yeah. But we keep on trying. Yeah. Right?
And the good thing is, one thing that you guys, you challenged me with, we have been in Nairobi for the longest period of time. Eh? Yes. As young guys, we are chasing the bag. We want to secure the bag, and we have tried our means, everything. You are a financial guy. I'm a content creator. I'm a video editor. I'm a digital and everything. But we realize that whatever we're chasing is not enough for us. And you can get the monthly salary, maybe even 100,000. but your expense is so high in that you can't even the 100K cannot even sustain your life. So do you think that was part of the reason why you opted for farming? Because you found me farming already.
Yeah.
I've been doing sugarcane, and
you're the one who introduced me to farming.
Actually, I'm the one who introduced you to farming, and because I also explained to you the profits I've been making with my sugarcane farming and the projects I've been running. And also, I think the inspiration, maybe you see, oh, this guy is the scaling part I was doing. Today I have 2 acres. Tomorrow you call me. I will explain. I have like 4 or 5 acres up to where I can even manage 10 acres plus. So, to you, has this been one of your eye opener? Like, okay, with this, I think some of the goals that I've been chasing can be fulfilled here without us projecting the profits you'll make. Just for your other goals, you know, we have different goals, not necessarily the money goals, but you have these goals that you'll learn, maintaining the project, running the project, and other things.
I didn't do any farming before this year.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I
Exactly.
came to your farm. I've come to your farm several times.
Yes.
When you are taking me to your sugar farms, and I was seeing and looking around.
Yeah.
At one time, I was also doing my father's sugarcane farm.
Yeah.
In Mesiro.
Yeah.
But at no point had I thought that farming could be exciting.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. As much as makes you dirty.
It is a very, very exciting. It's a very exciting field, and challenging at the same time.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But the most exciting thing for me has been bringing an idea to life. You see?
Yeah.
Because by the time we are where we are,
Yeah.
this at a certain point it was just an idea.
Yeah.
Right?
I remember we were discussing.
You remember when I told you I want to go to 4 acres.
Yeah.
I don't know how I'm going to do them, but I want to go and do 4 acres, right?
Yeah.
Of onions.
Yeah.
And I want to see how far I can get
Exactly.
with it.
Yeah.
Right? So my biggest goal so far in this project, it's not even the profit.
Yeah.
My biggest goal is whether I can manage a project of this scale. Right?
Yeah.
And get the lessons. Like I told you, I do not consider myself a farmer.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
You have been telling me like that.
I told you I do not consider myself a farmer.
Yeah.
Especially when I'm doing this project.
Yeah.
I consider myself a project
Manager.
manager.
Yeah.
Right? So we had our own project plan. So from this project plan, we had a work schedule, we had a budget. I will tell you for a fact, the first time we were sitting with a partner, we were doing this with my sister, right? At the first time I was sitting with my sister and we were documenting the project plan, we estimated this thing is going to cost us 300,000, right?
Yeah.
Right now as we speak, the least we are saying we are going to spend here is
800,000 because the seedlings has already consumed 240.
Yes.
So you can't run with 60,000.
You can't run with 60,000.
You haven't even prepared the land.
Right?
Yeah.
So every week we sit down and revise. You have to revise your project plan.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
We had contemplated maybe we are going to weed maybe once.
Yeah.
But now as we see, because the land is so fertile, we have to weed after every 2 weeks.
In fact, I think after 2 weeks here you will be weeding.
Yes.
Because once you also apply the fertilizer, the weeds are
going to come up.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And this plant requires a lot of clean land. Right?
Yeah.
It is less competitive if you look at the roots.
Yeah.
If you look at the roots,
yeah,
they are not very competitive with the
Weeds.
with the weeds
Yeah.
when it comes to nutrients.
The weeds have strong roots.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's why you need a very clean land at all times. And because this land, formerly we had planted maize.
Yeah.
Before the maize, there was sugarcane, so the land was not very ideal.
Yeah.
So we had to do a lot of work
True.
in terms of land preparation.
Yeah. Removing the maize stalks, the sugarcane stalks.
Yes.
Yeah.
And still, even after we've removed all those dirt, even during the post-transplanting stage,
Yeah.
you see the land is still demanding.
Okay.
Because of the weeds.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So my biggest goal is we want to see if the project objectives, we had project objectives
Yeah.
that we had set,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
If they are coming to life,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
We had projected that according to the company that sold us the seedlings,
Yeah.
they project that it should give you almost 25 tons an acre.
An acre should give you 25 tons.
Yes. Optimally, ideally, right?
Yeah.
But unajua kwa ground vitu ni
When do you unajua?
kwa ground things are different.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So it is an experiment we are doing.
By there, and
Right?
the good thing is you are not putting expectations here.
No.
So that whenever happens, you are good. You can
Yes.
hold your feelings.
Yes.
Because most of the farmers, I think many people don't understand farming. Farming is something that is very critical. Today you can project something. Like when I was doing maize farming, the rains will come in a very normal season. Then after planting, the rains can disappear even for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So the germination rate is lowered and everything is lowered. That's why I normally tell many people when you're a first time farmer, don't put your expectations into it as one of the things that will make you financially stable, because anything can happen with farming. Today you're applying fertilizer, your prayers are for rain. So
Yes.
if rains don't come, you have to find how you will get water into this.
Yeah.
Because fertilizer will always go in hand in hand with rains.
Yes.
You should not even go more than 4 days without rains. Maybe today you don't want the rains to come
Drain.
so that the melting, the fertilizer can get into the roots. But from tomorrow, your prayers are on the rain so that you can distribute this and it doesn't burn the roots of the crop. So, and that's the thing I normally tell many people who are always asking me, I want to do farming, can you do it for me? No, this thing you can't do it for yourself. I can't do it for you. That's why Eugene, the first time he did, he failed, and he failed terribly. He has, I think you decided to put aside the financial aspect of your life, then come and concentrate on this. So people need to understand that until you are there, you are not going to control somebody on the phone. Somebody can tell you I'm in the field, but eventually he's not there. So when you make losses, he doesn't care.
Remember I told you one thing, right?
Yeah.
At first, I was an investor.
Yeah, you told me I was investor. And I used to call you the investor.
Yeah. I was an investor in a grape business, right?
Yeah.
But this time, I'm a manager.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
And not just a manager, but also a student.
Yeah. Ground manager, student.
Right?
Yeah.
So most of us who are in Nairobi,
yeah.
this is the biggest mistake we make.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
We are motivated by the financial aspect.
The profit aspect of
everything,
yeah.
Right? But for you to get into the promised land, you must go through the wilderness.
True.
So the wilderness is where you're going to get all these lessons.
True.
Right?
Yeah.
So the reason why I came and I have to be on the farm, right, is because I'm in the wilderness.
Yeah.
I'm in the wilderness of learning. Right?
Yeah.
Learning what motivates the workers.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Learning on how to manage. The villager is so different from the guy in the city.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Sometimes when we are doing the transplanting, we actually came here and there were no people to come and work on the farm.
Okay.
Why? Because we came on a Sunday. These people, they go to church on Sundays. na sisi tumeschedule Sunday juu mvua imenyesha,
tunaenda kufanya transplant.
Na juu tuko na pesa tutawalipa, they will show up. They didn't. Right?
Hadi kesho the following day.
Hadi kesho the following day. Right? So I'm more like I'm in the laboratory. Right? Knowing the nuts and bolts of a trade. So before you elevate yourself to an investor, can you first of all be a worker? Right? Can you remove your suit and get into the factory floor and understand, right? Every aspect, every process, every part of this trade, this craft, right? So that when you assign on a larger scale, right, you have first-hand information and first-hand experience of what it is to run this project. You see? So, sisi watu wa Nairobi, wacha niweke hapo pesa, wacha nitumie jamaa pesa, atafanya, right? Then I'll come, niende niuze, then I'll make money and then go.
So mtu ako Nairobi anadhani kila kitu itafanyika kwa simu, na yeye at the end akashi.
Yes, right? So, you first of all have to get your hands dirty, right? And you have to have what we call a growth mindset. Growth mindset is everything is learned, right? Everything is learned. You have to be a student. Mimi nikikaa na jamaa wangu, right? They tell me, this is the foliar we want. At this stage, this is the pesticide we want. So my question is, why? You see? Wakiniambia, I write down. You see? When I go into the agrovet and I'm speaking to the guy on the agrovet, right? I still ask questions. My guys wamenituma nikunje hii foliar. What do you think? Ananiambia, unapanda nini? Napanda kitunguu. Hii ni mzuri. Hii kitunguu imekaa kwa shamba time gani? Right? So every aspect of it I'm learning.
Nakumbuka kuna siku umeniambia kuna pia agronomist mwenye alikumislead kwa juu ulikuwa uchukue which kind of ile wakati ulikuwa unafanya
bedding.
Yeah, ukasema kuna ulikuwa umeambiwa uchukue hivi, lakini juu ulikuwa unaona unajua na agronomist akakupea hiyo, then ukakuja ukarudishwa nazo na hao watu wako kwa shamba.
Yes.
Now that's like you had already spent almost like 3,000. Unajua 3,000 kwa shamba ni pesa mingi, because one mistake you aujui kama utapata hiyo 3,000. And as we are not large scale farmers, by the way, we are small scale farmers who are trying to come up with this idea. Ndio tujue kama we can expand them to other regions. For example, nimekuambia sasa hii we can implement this project in Nairobi. Kajiado kuna shamba. The only problem is yenye hata tunaangalia hapa ni kitu kama maji, weather conditions na vitu kama hizo zote.
Yeah, so this is what I learned. There is the theory aspect and there is a practical aspect. Right? So as you can see this side, the spacing, we didn't get the spacing well. If you talk to somebody who has done this trade for a while, they will tell you the spaces are wider than what an average farmer will do, right? So when we were transplanting, we were relying on the textbook instructions that we were getting, right? So that's why you see these wider spaces.
Okay.
But when tulifika tukafanya hii space, one of my guys akakuja kaniambia, I think if we go with your spacing, we're going to waste a lot of land.
Meaning to the 25 tons out of patra in an acre.
Yes, right? We're going to waste a lot of land. What do we do? Come on, what do you mean? We need to reduce the spacing, right? So you can see, theoretically, if you go on those onion farmers on Facebook pages, right?
But not 1 meter, kind of thing.
There is a lot of information,
Yeah.
right? There is a lot of theory, right? But you still need experienced people on the farm to help you, right? So if you are coming, for example, for us, we are learned, right?
Yeah.
We have degrees. We've worked in the corporate world.
Mm.
So we have this intellectual ego that we can research things online and come and put, right?
Yeah.
But still, you need the humility to be a student,
Yeah.
right? You need the humility to be a student, to learn the job. You need the flexibility, the mental flexibility necessary to make changes whenever necessary. Because this thing is going to demand, that you change your mind again and again.
Okay.
Right? It's going to demand that you change your plan again and again. It's going to demand that you listen to your worker. When he boss, lakini you have to listen to your worker.
Yeah.
If he has experience, he's been in the field, right? He has worked for a while. Yeye anajua mvua ikinyesha, there is a threat of blight. Na anajua blight gani wanatumianga pesticide gani kupiga blight. When it comes to herbicide, atakwambia ukitumia hii herbicide itachoma mmea, right? Tumia hii. Na before tupige, we need this condition before tupige. If you do this, you see. So you are always learning something new.
So in conclusion, because I know I will still come and we do the video when you're harvesting.
Yes.
In conclusion, what do you think? What can you do? We can go this way so that you can tell us in conclusion if you want to try this kind of project, because a lot of Nairobians, let me be honest, I think 3/4 of the people in Nairobi earn less than 50,000 and below.
Yeah.
Or
let's say 100.
Let me put 100. Although 100 is too much, because I understand if you start earning 100,000 in Nairobi, you must have been in the industry for so long.
Yes.
So I will give 50,000 because that's the entry market. And you know, in Nairobi, majority of the people there, employees are the young people who are in the entry market. But these young people want to make more money.
Yeah.
Both online and offline.
Yes.
And for us, we are people who are both online and offline. Yes. So in conclusion, what can you tell the people who want to try farming, make more money without the aspect of maybe hoping, but action, so that these guys can have a clear project, can have a clear mind of what it entails to invest in this land, so that many people who are trying to be farmers or they wanna be farmers can think over it and start making money. I don't want to say you're making money, but
yes.
I know you can inspire people. For me, I've been making money.
Yes,
Let me be honest.
You've done it for a while.
Yeah, I've been making money in sugarcane farming, but I told you I have 1.5 acres of land that I'm also planning to do cash crops. And the reason why I'm planning to do that is because sugarcane takes long. They take a lot of time. 20 months, those are like almost 2 years before I harvest. So I'm always broke within this period. But for at least 4 months, I can make something. And I was having a discussion with my parents, and my mom told me I can do cabbages. So with the 1.5, I can do half cabbage, half onion, so that I try and balance. So for you, what can it be your advice to us who have not been here, for the losses you have made, and also the key lessons we can take? And then when you're harvesting, I'll be here. Automatically I'll be here. And also you will tell us when you have already harvested. I think you will have to tell us at least something, an estimate of the figure you got.
So right now, I can't advise people on the money aspect.
Yeah.
Because I'm yet to get to the market, right?
Yeah.
But the most important lesson I've learned from doing agriculture is this: there is a very big divide between a worker and a creator.
Yeah.
Right? Most of us in Nairobi, we are workers.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So the dimensions on how we approach life is different from what creators do. As you can see, I always cite you the pages of Genesis, chapter 1, right? God created us in His image and likeness, and God is a creator.
Yeah.
Right? So God being a creator, that means we are also creators.
Yeah.
So it's only at the point where there was a fall is when we were instructed to work.
To work.
We were instructed to work,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But before that,
We are not working.
we were creators, right?
Yeah.
So for us to elevate ourselves to the God mode, unasikianga wakisemanga God mode,
Yeah.
right? You are running at the God mode, right? You are running at the creator mode. See? So for us, mostly in Nairobi, we are workers. We are not creators.
Yeah, we're always working.
Always working
Yeah.
to get that coin to pay those bills.
Exactly.
Right? But when I came here, I found this not work. This is inspired work, right?
Yeah, creating something.
I came up with an idea, I wrote it down, right? And I'm bringing it to life. See? Of course, bringing it to life, you have to go through a process of chaos, right? A phase.
Yeah.
You have to go through a phase of chaos, right?
Yeah.
But despite the challenges, you see this thing is materializing, right? I visualized, I want to come and see this land with green matter, right? Just green and red soil, green and red soil. Come on. How do I get here, right? Okay, this is the process I need to follow. This is the process I need to follow. Fine. How much in terms of resources and time do I need?
Yeah.
You document it, right? Then you start the process. So, being a creator is what I've learned, right? Being a creator is bringing ideas to life. And if you bring ideas to life, now you're operating at the God mode. It doesn't matter whether it's real estate, whether it is farming, right? Hata kama hiyo yako ya videography, right?
Yeah.
You are imagining an idea and you are bringing it to life, right?
Yeah.
You are coming up with different aspects. You are mobilizing resources. You are mobilizing teams,
Yeah.
right? You are mobilizing finances to bring this idea to life.
Yeah.
There is a different connotation to it than just working for the bills, right?
Yeah.
So in Nairobi, our souls have been compressed. Our souls have been compressed because we are working in an environment that is confined to schedules and instructions, right?
Yeah.
Creativity
It's limited.
is limited.
Yeah.
Inspiration is limited,
True.
right?
Yeah.
So we have to get out of the comfort. I'm not going. That's why I told you I'm not going to tell people about the money.
Exactly.
Right?
Money is a sensitive topic.
We have to get out of the comfort and go into the wilderness, right?
Yeah.
And bring our ideas to life. And you only need to be courageous,
To do that.
right? You need to love risk. You need to take risk. But when Nairobi, you need to take risk. You need to be courageous. You need to leave the comfort zone right? Usiogope.
Juu kama wewe umekaa sahii huku
Nilitoka Nairobi
mashinani
August.
4 months.
Nilitoka August.
August, September, October.
October, 3 months.
3 months.
Right? Usiogope. Leave the comfort zone, right? And go and get your hands dirty. Go and get your hands dirty. Whatever idea you have, right?
Yeah.
Whatever idea you have in your mind,
Yeah.
usiogope.
Yeah.
And the time between you coming up with that idea and execution, you should limit that time.
Yeah.
If you give it more time, uoga inaanza kuingia.
So unaanza kusema ati unaanza kuproject a lot of things, and you know the worst part is our mind love attracting things that makes us fear.
Yes.
Anything that will create fear into your mind, it's always attracted very fast.
And the mind is very lazy.
Yeah, than anything that will make you more successful.
The mind will always look for excuses on why you can't.
Yeah.
Right?
Than,
More than it can convince you why you can't.
yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So the amount of time between an idea and execution should be very limited.
When you think of it today, tomorrow you should be executing it.
Tomorrow you should be executing it.
And if
right?
you can't do it tomorrow, don't let the other day pass.
And also don't wait for you to be, don't wait for the perfect time.
Yeah.
Don't wait for you to have all the information,
Yeah.
all the skills
Yeah.
for you to start.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Just start.
Yeah.
Then
Yeah.
all those things you look for, you will learn on the job.
Exactly.
You see?
Yeah.
You learn on the job.
Exactly.
Eh.
So, by the way, if you can check that Mount Elgon, we are in the west part of Kenya, and you just heard it from this guy, Eugene, and I think you are done. I have mentioned I will bring him when we are harvesting. I'll be here because he's my friend. We have been doing a lot of projects together. We went to Wambogo apple fruits together. If you have seen the thumbnail, he's the guy. So we went there. I think I don't know what was going through his mind after we visited that land, and Kate told us how much money she's making with the apples, and we were like, bro, I think we are in the wrong place. So immediately he did whatever he did, the plants and everything. Now he has this land, and you can see they are applying fertilizer here. I also have my lands there. They are doing whatever they are doing. And guys, I'm here to appreciate that you guys keep sharing my videos to your friends, to more people. And also, if you want to get an advice, I don't know if he's legible to advise people right now, but I think he can. He has his Facebook account, Eugene. I think it's Eugene Wanambi, isn't it? Then he doesn't have a YouTube channel, but if you want his number, you can always comment on the video, and I know how I'll get it to you as the billionaire. So guys, thank you for watching, and this is your boy Alano B, the billionaire, the greatest brand in Africa. Peace.